Hello guys and welcome to the top 5 best card in the game right now in OB0.27, and I believe it's going to be the same thing for OB0.28 because these cards are in the meta for quite some times right now and they're really powerful. I do have 1, 2, 3 legendary-ish. I'll tell you why. But let's start with the fifth best card in number 5. It's going to be Raise the Grave. And, this card is actually really powerful right now. And it's just because the card itself exists, right? So because the card exists, you have to clear every single zombies that a Mayan uh, will put out, or that Apuash will put out. You have to kill it, right? You have to kill every single zombies. You cannot leave 2 or 3 in the board, because then if he has 1 Rise the Grave, you're gonna be in big trouble. If he has 2 Rise the Grave, you just instantly die, right? So you always have to respect the card, even if your opponent is not even playing a Raise the Grave. So it's really, dictate how you have to play against Mayan, and it makes the card really powerful in that regard. Next in the list we have in number 4 is going to be Dragon King, and Dragon King is a little bit like Rise the Grave, right? You know your opponent's gonna play it, right? It's just so good. It's either a big removal, it can remove multiple stuff, so you have to not place your army in the same row, and it can kill you with 6 burst damage. If they have an Ao Kuang, it's going to be 8 damage burst. It's really powerful, and like anything that you play, or if you misplace your stuff, you're just gonna get wrecked by Dragon King. So really powerful card right now. I'm talking about much more of competitive, should I say, or not competitive, but just in ranked or in casual, right? I'm not talking about the Thunderdome because it's different, right? Units are way better in Thunderdome than the actual spells. So yeah. Going for number 3 is going to be Blaine Master, and Blaine Master is like everything that you want in one card. You have healed, you have removal, and you have a body, which is a unit, and it acts instantly, right? It has charge, so like just everything that you want in one card. It gives you survivability with the heal. Because it's a unit, it can body block. Because of that charge, it can attack already, removing something. A really useful card and really good in the meta, and that's why it's number 3. Now, number 2, we're gonna have his big brother, the Fire Giant. Now, the Fire Giant is even more of a threat because if he's not dealt with or like blocked or anything, he has more attack, he has more HP than the Blaine Master, and he has a simile charge in which is 2 fire emblems to attack that deal the same amount of damage of the Blaine Master. But if he gets to your summoning stone, he will attack your summoning stone, taking 0 return damage, and then will kill your unit that you just spawned. So game is going to be really harder if you have a fire giant that just decided just that adjacent to your summoning stone. So it makes him even a bigger threat than the Blade Master. But the Fire Giant doesn't heal, which is sometimes if you really need the heal, the Blade Master is going to be better. But most of the time, the Fire Giant is the way to go if you have both in your hand, for example. And for number 1, actually have 2 cards, but they are kind of the same card, and you're gonna understand when I tell you that it is Annihilation and Blight. Now, Annihilation deals 4 damage to the board, and Blight deals 3 damage to the board, and if you kill something, it pops a minion. But both of them are really effective at clearing low health minion from the board or finishing the big health minion that you just attack with one of your own units. So that's why, right? I would place Annihilation higher in my better than Blight, but Blight has more synergy with the pantheon it is in, which is the Mayan pantheon. So you could like I will put like Blight at a 1.5 and Annihilation at a 1, but some people could argue that it's the other way around. But yeah, I mean they're definitely the best cards in the game right now. So and you always have to like, oh my god, the only way I lose or the only comeback in the game if they have an Annihilation or a Blight when you're playing against Egyptian or Mayan. And it's the same thing with sometimes with Chinese, right? Chinese, you're like, well, the only way I lose my board if he has a Dragon King with a like with Crescent Blades and an Ao Kuang already in board or stuff like that with Rushing Thunders, and they just clear everything. And sometimes you're like, okay, I'm gonna make this play, but if the Mayan has a Raise from the Grave, well, I'm just over because it's gonna have so much good trades, or it's gonna kill my stone or burst me. And sometimes you're like, oh, I'm gonna try to rush him, and then your opponent plays Blaine Master after Blaine Master, and you're just like, wow, he just healed for 6, body blocking the lanes, attacking my stuff. I just can't win anymore. So these is why these 5/6 cards are in the top 5 in the game right now. So thank you for watching, guys. I hope that you enjoy it. I hope that you find it informative, and I hope that you learn a lot again. And this one was more of a short video just because I have to prepare for a flight tomorrow for the internship. So I'm gonna have to go like to Toronto, but that's another story. So I'll see you on Monday. Have a good weekend, and I'll see you in the next video.